Slow down, you move too fast. You got to make the morning last. Just kicking down the cobblestone, looking for fun and feeling groovy. Da, 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 da. Feeling groovy. Da, 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 da. Feeling groovy. Well, hello lamppost, what you going? Come to watch your flowers growing. Ain't you got no rhymes for me? Do-do-do-do, feeling groovy. Da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. Da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. I got no plans to do, no promises to keep. Baffled and drowsy and ready to sleep. Let the morning time drop all its petals on me. Life, I love you, all is groovy. Da-da-da-da-da, all is groovy. Da-da-da-da-da, all is groovy. Well, slow down, you move too fast. You got to make the morning last. Just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling groovy. Da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. Da-da-da-da, feeling groovy.
All right. Hey, is everybody out there? Who's feeling groovy? Anyone? Yeah. Right on. Okay. So, good morning and welcome to CSL Outside. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning. I want to remind you to get a handout that has our songs and the affirmations in it so that we can all say those together. And this is the last week for that one. We'll be having a new one next month. Can you believe it's July next month already? Right. Okay, so a few announcements. First of all, thank you, Marilyn. Where'd you get off to, Marilyn? There she is, clear in the back. Thank you so much, Marilyn, for your beautiful music. Yeah, I bet the neighborhood loves that as well, so thank you. So I just invite you to breathe with me right now as we begin our service. Breathe a mindful breath and relax into this beautiful day outside this morning. Feel the presence of love. Feel it expand within you, warming your body with a tingling, glowing light. We join together this morning as CSL, merging our lights as one light, expanding our love as one love, and focusing joy and peace upon the world as we speak our purpose statement together from this space of perfect harmony. So in your program, our purpose statement, here we go. As an intentional spiritual community, the purpose of CSL is to be a living environment for individuals to realize that we are all unique emanations of God, the love intelligence governing the universe. We embody the truth of our oneness with God, and we consciously practice this truth in our everyday life. Through the exploration of new thought, ageless wisdom, and the energy of unconditioned love, we are dedicated to individual transformation and to being a beneficial presence in the world.
I will make a quiet place, a quiet place within my mind, and I will listen, Holy Spirit. I will listen. I will make a quiet place within my heart, and I will listen, Holy Spirit. I will listen. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still and know. I will make a quiet place within my life, and I will listen, Holy Spirit. I will listen. I will make a quiet place. I will make a quiet place. I will make a quiet place.
And in this quiet stillness, I invite you to join me as I open my mind and my heart fully to the awareness of spirit, the oneness of life, the one life, one spirit, one mind, one being, all one. It is all good, peace, beauty, wisdom, harmony, unconditioned love, and unlimited joy. And this is the eternal life that is expressing right now in and through as each and every one of us. For we are each unique, diverse expressions of this magnificence of spirit. It is our source, our expression, our essence, our life. And we live completely as the unique expression of the all good of the universe. And I affirm right now that this is our life, that we live fulfilling, loving, beautiful, satisfying, creative lives, that we are alive and awake and aware of this presence, that divine love expresses in each of us its passion, happiness, and joy, and we sparkle as expressions of this wholeness, of this vitality, active in all of our affairs. As we consciously align ourselves with the all goodness of spirit, we see as God sees. We let that divine wisdom flow through us
guiding and directing us in choosing life-affirming lifestyles, activities that lead us to a rich and sustainable life. And in this completeness of spirit and this alignment, we live in the trust and confidence and the expectancy of the goodness of life. And this same spirit resides right now in the midst of each prayer request and the desires of your heart. The power of spirit lifts and energizes each request in health, abundance, joy, peace, and compassion. The healing presence of spirit is active right now, guiding and directing each request to its highest and best outcome. And this beautiful gathering is blessed today. We're blessed by the message, the music, the volunteers, the beautiful weather, the sunshine, our favorite tree. We are just totally open to the goodness of spirit that's expressing as this service. So I am so thankful to know that this is the truth of our being, that we are these unique emanations of the all good, that this is available to us at all times, and we are open and receptive to a greater expression of the fullness of who we truly are. So I release this prayer into the law, knowing it is already so, that it is already a complete whole idea in the mind of God expressing right now, as we join together and declare in unison, and so it is.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul.
Well, good morning. I'd like to call your attention to the purchase just behind the sign. If there is something heavy on your heart, something that is bothering you, please leave your worries here. Just fill out a prayer request and the practitioner will do affirmative prayer this week on your behalf. Relationships are the Holy Spirit's laboratories in which he brings together people who have the maximum opportunity for mutual growth. Marianne Williamson. And from Jack Cornfield, spiritual maturity is an acceptance of life and relationship.
Thank you, Lou. Those were perfect. So this month we are talking about and practicing the spiritual principle of visualization. So my trusty friend Nina brought me a hard copy, so I didn't even have to clean the peanut butter and jelly off my tablet. So I'm going to read a little bit more out of this book, Empowerment by John Randolph Price, and talking about visualization. Okay? So he says, when you visualize or practice controlled imagery, be sure to experience the fulfillment of your desires in the present moment. Always work in the now. And instead of seeing yourself on this stage of life, having, being, doing, according to your heart's desire, you must be that person. Seeing another face and form that looks like you enjoying health and wholeness does not have the power to properly condition the energy. You must combine your conscious awareness with the form and experience and feel the perfection throughout your being. You must live the prosperity, the ideal relationship, the true place success in your mind as the one personally enjoying the manifest good. He says, capture the view of the happy ending. Jump across time to the end result of what you're wanting. And be sure to add color, dimension, and sound to your mental movie. See the beauty of your imaged environment. Watch the movement of people and bring in life and dimension to their activities. Listen as your friends congratulate you on your radiant health or your new success and prosperity. Someone once told me, what you see is what you get. So create a masterpiece for yourself, not outlining how your good is to come to you or how your desires are going to be fulfilled. That is none of your business. Just know that what you are seeing in mind, Spirit will create and form and experience in perfect ways for the good of all. That's how good God is. One way that I have found to sharpen my practice of creative visualization is to write out the complete and finished scenario, just as I would like to see it on the screen of my mind. And as I read these words, the image takes shape, and I see and hear and feel the total fulfillment of my desires. Another point, every scene, every picture, every character, and every situation in your mental play must be totally positive. Do not allow one single negative aspect to enter your mind during the process. Always see the best. Always image from your highest vision. So today we will begin, because this is a big process and this is only an hour-long message here, not message, but service. So we'll begin to write out a visualization that is personalized for you. And we're going to focus on visualizing relationships today, okay? So how many of us have a relationship with someone that sometimes is stressful, or tense, or maybe there is one issue that makes you resistant to a person's actions or attitudes or thoughts and ideas or beliefs. Can you think of a person you want to change? Maybe just one thing, but that one thing, ugh, right? I imagine most of us can think of someone, right? Out of all the relationships that we experience, and we are always in relationship with our world, relations with other people seem to be the most challenging of all for us. Does anyone agree?
Oh, yes.
I believe it is in these relationships with other people that we have the greatest opportunity for growth as a human being, growing into our spiritual nature. Relationships reflect back to us our very beliefs about life. Ugh, right? Too often we get so caught up in the drama of the worldly relationship, which we judge by our physical senses, that we can't see the reflection of ourselves very clearly. So my point today is not so much to figure out what our beliefs are by studying the other person like a puzzle, although I have certainly done a lot of that in my life. I don't know about you, but my point is to simply learn a new way to see the other person and to allow this new higher vibrational energy to lift me to a level of better ideas, new ways of seeing things, new ways of seeing my own life, new ways of seeing that person. Then I'm solving the problem from a higher level than which it was created. Do you agree?
Yes.
I have control over the way I see people. And I can use that skill to bring forth the highest expression of a person in my own mind, where everything takes place. When my idea about them changes, when I have formed a new idea in my mind and it drops into my heart space or my subconscious as truth, this new idea takes root and it starts to grow. And as I nourish it with positive reinforcement of its truth, using visualization, then it can't help but outpicture in my life experience. It's the law of God, as within, so without. So as long as we want someone else to be different, or to act different, or to talk different, or believe and think something different, then we are resisting the way they are showing up now. What we resist persists. We've heard that. Because in resistance, we put all of our passionate energy into seeing what's wrong, or seeing what needs to be different or changed with someone else. In resistance, we can't take our mind off of what is wrong, focusing that everywhere present laser of power, that God energy, we focus that on the very things that we don't like or that we don't want. And the law of God happily brings it into manifestation for us, simply by our own expansion of the awareness of it. You see that trap? So we need to think this through about relationships. If we want to use this law of life for our benefit, to be happy and peaceful and calm, and have harmony in our relationships, then we need to maybe visit a new approach. We need to fill our consciousness with what we want. We need to see this other person through the lens of God or perfect life. We need to be affirming this person as whole, perfect, and complete, acting in the wisdom of God, divinely guided by the very same source as you and me. What better gift could we ever give someone than to see them as God sees them? What higher purpose could we possibly serve on this earth than to actually believe each other to be the glory of God in every way, in every day? It seems to me that that would be our spiritual destiny. And as with any visualization or vision or goal that we may create for our life, it is essential for our happiness and peace of mind. Are you listening? That we aren't attached to that goal happening or not. We aren't really after the finished product of someone else changing, is what we're looking at. Although we think we are. And that thought actually keeps us motivated, right? Like keep your eye on the prize kind of thing. But really, it's the peace of non-resistance that feels so good. That's where the happiness lies. So that's the goal. It takes a special skill to be able to look forward to something, even get excited and inspired and motivated by it, and yet be detached from the outcome. We can so easily end up in resistance to the outcome if it doesn't come to us on time or in the way we planned it, right? But when we step back out of the drama, again, take a step back to the impersonal law of God, which works the same, it's always working, the same for you and the same for me and the same for everyone, then it's easier to not get lost in the things of this world, the things of our physical senses, the drama. And it's easier to develop our faith in the life that we cannot see with our eyes, but we feel with our heart. This is seeing with love, through the eyes of the one divine love, our source and our supply of all things, including loving relationships. God shows up as relationship. So I have created, today we're going to do work in class, no homework. We're going to do classroom work. And so I have created a handout, and thank you, Nina. Maybe someone else maybe could help you pass them out. I've used this to create a personal visualization practice this morning concerning a relationship to another person in our life right now. Okay, so we're actually going to do some work, and it really, I want you to think of somebody, think of a person with whom you have some resistance to, for whatever reason. Could be big, could be little. The reason doesn't matter. It only matters that you feel uneasy resistance towards this person's behavior in a particular instance, or their beliefs, or their actions, or their words, or whatever it is. Okay, something you have a little bit of stress and strain with. And you want them to be different. That's the big thing. You want them to be different. Because if they were different in this way, your life would be different. It would be easier, happier, wealthier, more successful, more free, or whatever. Right? We tend to think that way. And I just want to put something in here right now before we go on, that I am in no way condoning staying in like an abusive relationship at all. So if that's the case, there's different circumstances for that. But I am encouraging you to practice this visualization to raise your vibration to another level where you will be better able to see and to hear and to accept better ideas, more possibilities, more options and opportunities available to you. Raise your vibration where you can receive the wisdom and the courage to follow your heart and make better choices than maybe you have in the past. This spiritual practice of creative visualization When focused upon the wholeness and perfection of spirit, or of life, or source, divine energy, the God presence, whatever you want to call that. When we focus the wholeness of that as another person, that can be a harmonious path out of unhealthy relationships for the good of all. When we stay in God, okay, practicing the spiritual law of oneness, where we are all equal in this cosmic smorgasbord of intelligence and love, then harmony must be present there as well. And whatever it takes for spirit to create that harmony for you in your world will be good for the whole and all concerned, because God is the God of all and for all. Spiritual work is always good for the whole, because spirit is the whole. So what we're talking about here today is learning a new way to be in relationship that has strictly only to do with you and your mind. Okay, it's a spiritual practice, and it's not easy. And I didn't read this anywhere. I figured this out on my own, how well this works for me. And so I just wanted to write it up and share it with you. And so on the handout, you'll see there's like 5 questions, and we're going to go through this. Also, there's pens available, and there's a blank sheet of paper. There's also on the back of, you'll see a colorful circle. It's a wheel of emotions. Okay, so this is going to be the work. So the wheel of emotions is going to help you decide how you feel. Okay, we're not going to talk about that so much today, but that's for you. That has it's a really good way to see how you feel about something. So let's go to that first, and then I have examples on there. Now, the example is something I made up. I wrote that. It's not really true, but I just wanted to have some example, and I didn't necessarily want it to be true. Just an example. Is that any of our car? That's not. Oh, we got it. Awesome. That's okay. I'll tell you, that's the best way. These distractions are awesome to learn how to focus our attention. Isn't that true?
Yes.
Yes, it is. And all of life is like that, right, Jim Carr?
Amen.
Okay, so let's look at that first question here. What is this thing that I am resisting about so-and-so? Now, let's not make this too terribly difficult, okay? Can you think of, what is it that I want to be different about them? What bothers me about them or this relationship? The way they act, they speak, think. One thing in particular, my example is, my daughter has no respect for my authority. She is wild and out of control and doing dangerous things. Okay, so this is what my example. I want to change my daughter because of these things. Keep the answer short and simple. Try to get to the core problem for you. Just say it. Sure, it's negative, but it's important to recognize that you have resistance to this thing that you call negative, and that you see it in a negative way. When we can zoom out of the drama, remember, take ourselves out of the drama to the impersonal, their behavior is only a reflection of something in my consciousness, something in my awareness. If I'm aware of it, it has to be in my awareness. Do you see that? Okay, no judgment there. Not necessarily bad, just hidden from the light. Hidden from my conscious awareness of it. Seeing this in another person is actually a call to heal it from within ourselves, if we have the courage to see it that way. There's no need to judge ourselves for thinking negatively. It's a positive act to root out the darkness in our energy field and shine the light of truth upon it. So first, write out the problem as you see it. Simple and short. Okay? And part B to that is write how that statement that you just wrote makes you feel. So that's what the wheel of emotions on the back. Take a moment, and I want to read the example. So my statement was, my daughter has no respect for my authority. She is wild and out of control and doing dangerous things. How does this make me feel? This behavior makes me feel scared and uncertain. I am disappointed in my parenting, and I feel vulnerable and out of control as well. That's a serious problem for me. Right? Okay, so I want you to write your feelings about the statement that you wrote about that person. If you don't want to do this, that's okay too. You can do it at home. I do suggest you try it at some point, but you know, we're not going to be grading papers today.
Oh, thank God.
Wouldn't even know how to grade that, right? Okay, so number 2. Take your statement from number 1A and turn it into the opposite. So my example is, my first statement is, my daughter has no respect for my authority. She is wild and out of control and doing dangerous things. Now I'm going to turn that into the opposite, and I'm going to write, my daughter has total respect for me and my authority. She is calm and in control and doing adventurous, reasonable things. Okay, so this takes a little bit of practice to be able to do it, but you can take it home, and the point is to go over it quickly here and then take it home, and in your spiritual time really spend some time thinking about this. And part B to that is, how does that statement make me feel? And I did write down the examples on one of the papers on the back of the blank one, so you could actually see the examples. So how does that statement make me feel? My daughter has total respect for me and my authority. She is calm and in control and doing adventurous, reasonable things. I feel relaxed and calm and at peace about her well-being. I even feel excited for her adventurous attitude towards life. I feel relieved that she is safe in life. Okay? Moving on here. This is a big part of it. Number 3, write a detailed story around your new statement. Okay? What it looks like, how it plays out, the end result that John Randolph Price was talking about. Don't say how it needs to happen. Allow yourself to feel the feelings that you've listed above here as you write about the statement. Write your story in the present moment as if it is already true right now. This is why you're so grateful, because it's already true right now, right? And remember to only include positive things in your new story about them. Now that's going to take a while to do, and I'm going to read the example that I have so you can see what I'm talking about here. My new statement is, my daughter has total respect for me and my authority. She is calm and in control and doing adventurous, reasonable things. So my new detailed story about her is, and I always start with this with, I am so grateful that. I am so grateful that my daughter is respectful of my intelligence and my wisdom about life. She is open to my ideas, even if she doesn't always heed my advice. She is calm and centered in her own divine wisdom as well. She draws upon her strength in Christ consciousness and can easily hear the call of spirit as she ventures out into the world with a wide-eyed curiosity. She easily and effortlessly follows her heart and feels the divine love guiding her safely in life. I give thanks for knowing the truth that all is divine right action in every circumstance of her life and my life as well. All is well, and so it is. So, do you see there that I need to write statements that I can believe in? Okay? I need to write statements that, and the reason that I keep this spiritual is because we practice oneness here. We say we are all one. There is no one left out. We are all the same. And in that, then she too must be drawing upon the strength in her Christ consciousness, and she must easily be able to hear the call of spirit. So I can easily believe in those things when I keep this spiritual, when I keep this on a high level. I know it's true for her. That may not be what I'm experiencing in the worldly level, but if I take a step back and I look at this in spirit, I can agree, okay? This new story is my visualization. I've just created my visualization about my relationship with this person, okay? Or one issue that I may have. Obviously, we lots of times have lots of issues, and we may need to do this over and over again for a lot of people, or the same person for a lot of issues. So you have your visualization, and as John Randolph Price says, you read it over and over again. You keep refining it. Maybe something wasn't quite right. Maybe you get a little ping every time you read something and you're like, that's just not working for me. I need to reword that, okay? Really trust that heart-centered feeling that you have when you read this. You should be getting excited about this. You should be getting excited that it's already done, and that is why you can be grateful for it. Feel it as the truth. He talks about the feeling nature. You got to really feel that. So the next question then with that visualization is, how would I behave differently towards this person if this story was true? Try to write out things that you would do rather than things that you would not do. You see, keeping that in a positive way. How would I behave differently if this was the true story? My example, I would be happy, excited, and supportive of her adventures. I would be grateful for her. I would love to be around her. I would talk well of her in my mind. I would be eager to show my love and support for her, and I would accept and welcome her love and support. I would thank her daily for her wisdom in God. I would joyously help in ways that I can to make her life easier. I would see her as whole instead of broken. Part B, can you take one step today in the direction of making one of the statements above to become a reality? These are called baby steps, right? Regardless of the original problem, write what you can do today, right now, to be in alignment with 4A, to be in alignment with how you would behave differently. My example is, I can find 5 things about her every day that I am grateful for. Do you see what a baby step that is? Mm-hmm. I can find 5 things every day to journal about that I am grateful for her. And then do it. Right? There's the rub. But I know y'all have that spiritual time every day where you're journaling, right? And you're doing your visualizations and such. This is just another fun spiritual activity. I think it's fun. I know, I'm a spiritual nerd. Okay, so number 5. Now we talk about this a lot here. So create a go-to mantra to bring to your mind when you see this person negatively. So let their behavior that bothers you be a trigger to your go-to mantra. Okay? So my go-to mantra for her is going to be, I'm in the sun again, hold on. Pretty soon I'll be in the building. All right. So a go-to mantra is going to be a very short, powerful statement to sum up and remind you of the new story about this person. Create one sentence to state your visualization as a whole. A way to jump to center, right? Because if somebody's triggering us, we need to be jumping to center first thing. That's the first thing we need to do. Jump to center to keep you from jumping to conclusions, right? Or jumping off the deep end, okay, of endless drama and suffering in your own mind. Jump to center instead, okay? So that's what this mantra is for. Short and sweet. My daughter is a child of God, hooked up to infinite intelligence. Okay? I want to say that every time I want to get drawn in or I get triggered by some kind of behavior that, in my case, scares me, brings me fear. I get fearful of that, okay? I don't know what your case is. But this go-to mantra, my daughter is a child of God. That feels good. Hooked up to infinite intelligence. So every time I think about the negativity surrounding this person or this issue, I just recall my mantra. I repeat the mantra, allowing it to bring my attention to the new story that I've made, that I've created about this person. So repeat your whole visualization often and practice feeling the truth of your visualization for them every day. So this practice, what I found out, this practice will change you, not them. But in changing the way you see them, then your experience of them changes, right? And we begin to relate to them differently. Our relationship changes to reflect our new consciousness. What a beautiful gift we can give each other, seeing each other as God sees us. I think that Lou used that in her prayer this morning. I love that. Seeing each other as God sees us. Seeing and appreciating beauty in others makes us beautiful. Seeing and appreciating truth in others makes us trustworthy and loyal. Seeing and appreciating abundance in others makes us rich. Seeing and appreciating love and patience and kindness in others makes us compassionate and strong. Seeing order and harmony in others makes us secure and confident in our faith. Seeing and appreciating the same God or wisdom or intelligence guiding others that is guiding our life makes us a master of our own soul and a beneficial presence in the world.
Make me a channel of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring your love. Where there is injury, your pardon, Lord. And where there's doubt, true faith in you. Make me a channel of your peace. Where there's despair in life, let me bring hope. Where there is darkness, only light. sadness, never joy. Oh, Master, grant that I may never seek so much to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love with all my soul. Make me a channel of your peace. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned, in giving of ourselves that we receive, and in dying that we're born to eternal life. The prayer of St. Francis. Grant that I may never seek so much to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love with all my soul. Make me a channel of your It is in pardoning that we are pardoned, in giving of ourselves that we receive, and in dying that we're born to eternal
So I just want to end with a quote by Margaret Trudeau. She says, "We can choose to wake up and grumble all day and be bitter and angry and judge others and find satisfaction in others doing bad instead of good. Or we can wake up with optimism and love and say, just what is this beautiful day going to bring me?" Thank you.
God, you are every mountain. God, you are every ocean. God, you are every canyon, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every morning. God, you are every midnight. God, you are every moment, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. God, you are every sunrise. God, you are every moonbow. God, you are every starshine, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every springtime. God, you are every snowfall. God, you are every season, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. 'Cause you are the very breath I breathe, and your perfect love created me. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below. Everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you.
Oh, you got it. Okay, good. Okay, as the ushers come forth, this is our time for the conscious spiritual practice of participating in the law of circulation. So if you'll take your gift or your tithe in your hand, please just know with me that it is with unconditional love and gratitude for the bounty of the universe that comes in and through me that I consciously share, giving back, knowing that as it flows through me, it circulates for the betterment of all and returns to me multiplied. And our affirmation, my supply is unlimited because God is unlimited and God is my supply.
I have a vision dancing through my bones. I feel the passion burning in my heart. I know the truth resting in my soul. Use me, Spirit, use me. Use me, Spirit, use me. I have a vision dancing through my bones. I feel the passion burning in my heart. I know the truth resting in my soul. Use me, Spirit, use me. Use me, Spirit, use me. I have a vision dancing through my bones. I feel the passion burning in my heart. I know the truth resting in my soul. Use me, Spirit, use me. Use me. One more time, what an affirmation. I have a vision dancing through my bones. I feel the passion burning in my heart. I know the truth resting in my soul. Use me, Spirit, use me. Use me, Spirit, use me.
In great gratitude for these blessings that circulate unlimitlessly, I give thanks as this goes forth to bless our church, our community, and our world. And so it is.
So it is.
And here we are. I have to look and see where we are. Oh, here I am. Just kidding. Oh, I'm not even there. I was wrong. Okay. So I would like to welcome anyone who is here for the first time. Welcome to CSL. Here we are outside in this beautiful neighborhood with these beautiful people thinking these beautiful thoughts, creating love in the world. So thank you so much for being here this morning with us. If you have questions about our center, you could probably ask most anybody here. Tamara in particular will be wandering around, and she has the little device to be able to take your debit or credit card if you choose. Like Darlene wants to put her exceptional income on her card. We can do that. Tamara has a little device to do that. So anything that you would like to pay for, canvas and cocktails, dinner for 8s, any of those, we can put that on your card so you can get those points. I know you like that. So thank you, Tamara, for doing that. I also want to remind you that the prayer chest is on the table behind the sign, and our very dear Lou Kunzelman will take those prayer requests home with her, and in her spiritual time, she will pray on your behalf. If you've put a prayer request in, put your name on there and the good that you desire, and she will have focused attention, that God lasered powered attention on the good that you desire, okay? Opening up the consciousness, opening up the way for that to happen, opening up the way for you to hook up to her idea. See how that works? It's just, God is so good. So I encourage you to fill out a prayer request form. All of those are kept confidential. No problem too small or too large to God. It's all the same. Okay? God is God. All right. And now on your handout, we're going to be claiming our good together. So we're going to just go right down here. Now this in itself is also a visualization. You could put this into your practice as well. A new way of seeing yourself. Okay? So if you're feeling a little down, get out your claiming good and claim it with feeling. Okay? Work up the feeling within you that it's true. Because it's true is why we're grateful for it. Okay? So here we go, all the way down. I see myself energetic, inspired, and enthusiastic. I see myself poised, confident, and filled with the power of absolute faith. I see myself as whole and complete with an all-sufficiency of all things. I see myself joyous, happy, and delighted to be me. I see myself enjoying the goodwill of God every single day. I see myself as the light of the world. I see myself as God being me, and so it is.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I'm getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I'm getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I'm getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here.
One last affirmation. It's real easy in the back of your handout. Ready? I am unlimited. Woo!
I don't think I've met you before.